and welcome to another live stream Watchalong reaction. Tonight we're reacting to Portland Timbers FC versus Club Tijuana, Leagues Cup 2026 League Phase, the final match of the League Phase, match day 3. This game might matter. This game might not. We don't know. 0-0 between Cruz Azul and Chicago, 54 minutes, 84th minute, it's 1-1 between America and Austin. Then America-Austin match goes to penalties. This game does not matter. If the second game, Chicago-Cruz Azul, goes to penalties, this game does not matter. Will this game not even matter by the time Portland even kicks the ball? We're going to find out. Portland Timbers FC contra Club Tijuana, la Leagues Cup, fase de grupos, partido 3. Último partido de la fase de grupos. Starting 11s are as follows. In goal, Trey Muse. The back four of Eric Miller, Finn Sermon, Kamal Miller, Forey. The midfield two of Jose Caicedo and Cole Bassett. Christopher Velde, David Da Costa, Ariel Lassiter. The attacking midfield three and Kevin Kelsey, the striker. For Tijuana in goal, Jorge Hernandez. The midfield, or the back four of Aaron Mejia, Jackson Perozzo, Alejandro Magalon, and Alan Vega. The midfield three of Jonathan Padilla, Frank Boya. We have Angel Zapata and Joban Gonzalez. And up top we have Morad El Ghazouani from Morocco and Aldahir Perez. So Tijuana is not standing in Portland's way if this game matters. That's what that looks like. America versus Austin. Who's controlling the ball? It's been all Austin recently. That's not good. All right. Might as well throw that other game up. If it goes to 90 without penalties, or goes to 90 without a winner, Portland's... Can America pull forward? Free kick for America. Still 0-0 between Cruz Azul and Chicago. So do with that what you will. How we doing, Henry G? How we doing? No review tonight. If this game does not matter for Portland, I don't care if it's entertaining or not, there will be no review. If their gambit can count, whether we know it doesn't matter 30 minutes into the first half or whether we know it doesn't matter at the start of the game, I will finish this live because, of course, we already committed to it. We're here. Austin will, all they need is a draw to advance. Well, at least over Portland. If Cruz Azul goes to a draw, then they just gotta hope that, well, I think Austin still has a better goal differential anyway, as long as they win on penalties. So, as long as they go to a shootout and equal what Cruz Azul and Chicago, at least, or equal what Chicago does. Either way, if that they both go to penalties. And LAFC's goal differential comes into play. 87th minute. America scored right before the half. Bad giveaway by America. So America beats Portland and ruins Portland's hopes by drawing Austin as it stands. You hate to see it. You legitimately hate to see it. Still 0-0 for Chicago, Cruz Azul. Corner for Austin. Mirto Zuni with a banger. Wearing a throwback kit. Goal. Corner kick. Damn it, damn it, damn it. 88th minute. If it goes to penalties, does not matter what Portland does. America has to steal one against the run of play at this point because Austin is protecting and parking the bus and protecting. Man, I hate it for Portland. Header cleared away by America. Can they build from this? They can. The ball drops to them. Plays through. Not far enough. And even if they could get it away, Austin's right there. Purple people eaters. Man, well, if nobody liked the purple kid, I guarantee you, if it's enough to advance into a Leagues Cup knockout stage against America, people are going to like that kit pretty quickly. Nice. Nice. Love it. I love it. Timbers got to use that as a chant. Somebody get that and go. Get that to somebody. LA Firpo 1-0 Dillon. Yep. America blocked away. 89th minute. Free kick for Austin. They're getting desperate. America. Firpo 1-0 Dillon. Antigua Marathon 0-0. Alianza, of course, beat Messi 1-0 in one of the worst games I've ever seen. 0-0 60 minute for Cruz Azul Chicago. Well, at least if this ends up going to penalties, I know I ain't got to do a review tonight. '89th minute. America, how long do they have? What do you think of the retro throwback kits if they do one every 3 kit cycles? I love them. I can't wait to see what Toronto puts out. I mean, I know they just got a 3rd kit 3 years ago, but it wasn't a throwback kit. Technically, we should have got a 3rd kit this year, but I guess we will next year. Playing forward. Honestly, Miami's gotten one every year, though, haven't they? Which I don't think all of them have been historical kits. I just think some of them have been 3rds, but Miami got one historical 3rd kit. I think the other 2 were just 3rd kits. They were old Miami because, of course, Miami gets the 3rd kit. Playing forward. Here's a chance. Ball crossed in to the other side. Goal kick. Looks like NYCFC's Leagues Cup is over. Well, y'all lost. 2 minutes to go. America needs to somehow score in 2 minutes. The fact there's a goal kick doesn't help. 91st minute. Can America build a chance in 2 minutes? Oh, look. Go, 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 go. Free kick for America. Yellow card. America needs to score to keep Portland alive. If they do not, it doesn't matter what Cruz Azul and Chicago do. Nobody gives a shit what the last 30 minutes of that game holds. But that free kick was a pretty stupid thing to give away from Sabovic. Well, I mean, some of them are faux backs, but it's like when the Rays did those throwback kits in, 2011? Which were pretty cool, by the way. Free kick for America. 1 minute to go. Borja. Trying to open up space. Austin is honestly just closing everything down. Ball crossed in. Headed away for a corner. Last kick of the game. Very likely so. Chivas USA kit. Well, it's a shame, is what Marty said. Well, you have the last kick of the game. 1-1. Corner kick for America. Rafael Vega. Ball crossed in. Headed away. Kept alive by America. game, and the game does not matter. A 1-1 draw for America and Austin, and Portland gets screwed. Well, we'll still have to watch this game where it doesn't matter at all. No review tonight. Cruz Azul, Chicago, we'll keep an eye on their scoreline, but Portland, Austin will at least advance with 7 points. Austin has 7 points. Let's see. They have a better goal differential than LAFC, so they'll be ahead of LAFC whether they win or lose. So then LAFC's on the bubble, and if Chicago goes to penalties, LAFC will be eliminated, and Charlotte has been eliminated from the League's Cup, as has Portland, no matter what happens here. So no review tonight because it just doesn't matter. America with 7 points. They are ahead of Toluca, and right now they're both Cruz Azul and America are ahead of Toluca, and Juarez has been eliminated. Well, you know what? This game doesn't matter at all, so I'm sorry. You know what? Maybe she's in the right right now. I have to do this game, and it doesn't matter. But at least that means there's no RSR tonight, because the game does not matter. We'll talk about how the groups finished out when we do the recap. I hate this format. It's the stupidest shit ever. And the Patriots game is tied. 45 seconds to go. Spencer Schrader with 2 field goals. Patriots died. Can the Patriots win with a game-winning field goal? We'll find out. Hey, at least the Patriots are going to tie, if that's what they choose to do. So, this game does not matter. Let's just impress Marquis Fuentes in his first game. Damn it. So let's just enjoy the game as it is, and then no review tonight, because there's no reason for me to do one. But we'll finish the stream because I'm already here. So let's just enjoy this game and see how Marty Fuentes does. Trump W, I guess. Permanent daylight savings time. Trump W. I mean, I have to give that one to him. Good. Get rid of daylight savings time. Or get rid of the spring forward and fall back. Of course. You know what I mean by that. Either way. So it doesn't matter what Cruz Azul Chicago does. And Chicago leads Cruz Azul. Chicago leads Cruz Azul. What does that do? Chicago has 9 points now, and they're ahead of Columbus as it stands. Chicago, Columbus, Salt Lake, and Austin. LAFC is plunged out of the top 4 because of Chicago's goal. Because Austin has a better goal differential than LAFC. No matter how the penalty shootout goes. Dithajan scores for Cruz Azul. Damn, everything went Portland's way except the games that had to go their way the night of. I mean, who isn't? I mean, let's be real, who doesn't? What CONCACAF fan doesn't have a crush on her? Even though she is a very good ref. I mean, who doesn't, though? Who doesn't, though? I think a lot of fans in CONCACAF do have a crush on her. I mean, why wouldn't you? Even though she is a really good ref, I mean, she deserves to be where she is and doing all the games that she does. So, either way, we're about ready to go. 45.5% win probability for Portland, 30.4% for Tijuana. If Portland wins, it doesn't matter how. It just means, do they impress Marty Cifuentes? I guess this goes in the hamper too. Yeah, okay. No review tonight. We'll do the stream, and that's that. I'll see you on a Saturday. TFC plays Sunday. We'll be live, or Saturday, my bad. Ishmael Corneo, the center ref. TFC plays Saturday. We'll be live for TFC versus the Revs. And then on Sunday, we got Chivas versus Santos. So we are doing a Domingo Futbolero. You're welcome, by the way. So TFC on Saturday. We're off tomorrow. TFC Saturday. Chivas versus Santos. Santos Chivas, 8:10 p.m. on a Sunday. What TV is it on? TUDNA. Good, good. It's on TUDNA. Good. Santos Chivas. So Sunday night we got Santos Chivas. Will Chivas be better playing in Liga MX against Santos, who just beat Philly 2-0? But right now, Chivas only has 4 points. That's garbage. Wow. Beat Chivas, or beat Juarez, lost to Toluca, drew Puebla on the road. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. But Santos has 0 points. Lost to Monterrey, lost to Atlas, lost to America. Okay, that makes more sense. Rosales scores 1-0 Austin. So will Cifuentes have his guys look good? No review tonight, just we'll do the stream, and that's that. Penalties 1-1. On America Austin, it is 1-1 on penalties. Vega scored and Rosales scored. 1-1. We're about to start off for the Tijuana-Portland game. This game does not matter at all. Chicago winning and Austin goes to penalties. LAFC is the team who gets hurt more than anything else here. That sucks. Portland was close to seeing everything go their way up until right before their game started. That's gotta suck. That's gotta suck. Vega scores 1-1. Like, that's gotta be sad. Playing forward, cross in, last a tad wide. 0-0. Sabovic scored 2-1 Austin. That's crazy, though. Seriously, like, everything went Portland's way for them to possibly advance right up until their game started. Like, right up until their game was about to start, everything went their way, and then it just completely just collapsed. Then it just completely collapsed like that. But this is the last Leagues Cup game of the group stage. Of course, the knockout stage will be not next week, but starting the midweek after next. So there's a week off of Leagues Cup games. What, Alex? And Reyes scores a penalty. Not that that matters, but we'll keep an eye on it. Reyes scored 2-2. Tijuana playing forward. Well, you know what's funny, though? If Portland were to get to a penalty shootout against America, their goal differential would have been good enough to advance instead of Austin, as long as they won out. Losing that game really, see, you got to basically at least get to a shootout. You got to win 2 and at least get to a shootout of your third game in this format. And that sucks. There's no room for error. There's 0 room for error. Ramirez scores for Austin. Like, there's 0 room for error. 0. And the Patriots, let's see here. Colts going for a game-winning field goal. Patriots missed a field goal. 48 yard field goal attempt missed by Borregales. which means, well, that means the Colts can't go for a field goal. I think if it's tied after 4, it's just a tie, isn't it, in preseason? Steelers win. Patriots probably tying. Cervantes scores 3-3 in their shootout. 74 minutes, Chicago 1-0 over Cruz Azul. Fourth minute. Well, that would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Free kick for Portland, 0-0. Cross in. Oh, headed away. Portland's looking pretty good, I gotta say. So once this game's over, we are done for the day. No review. And I'll see you on Saturday for TFC. Well, duh. 1-0 for LA Firpo versus Dillon. Antigua Marathon, 0-0. Uzuni scores his penalty, 4-3. Corner for Lassiter. Cross in. Header, down. Nobody there, cleared away by Tijuana. And America scored? Guess so. Over the top. Contreras, 4-4. Cifuentes coaching his first game for the Portland Timbers, which I guess if you're going to put a guy in to coach their first game, at least it's meaningless. At least it's not a disaster. At least you could be happy you either did your part of the job and nothing went your way, or in the end, whatever needed to go your way didn't. Or basically, yep, Patriots tie to start the preseason. 13-13. Patriots tie. I won't complain about it. 5-4. Austin has a 5-4 shootout. Let's see if they win it. Patriots tie. 13-13, Patriots tie in the preseason. Steelers won. Alatue scores Austin. A 13-13 tie in the preseason. No complaints. The fact that Patriots basically played their second and third and fourth stringers and still tied the Colts, I'm good with that. 5-5 tie in the shootout. Alvarez. Shot. Oh! The goalie lets it spill, and somehow Portland doesn't make him pay for it. A 5-5 tie in the America-Austin shootout. They keep going. 78th minute, 1-0 to Chicago. Well, by the time this game's over. 2-1-0, second in Liga MX for Tijuana. In the actual league, of course. They didn't gain any points in the Leagues Cup. That's honestly sort of... The fact they're showing their Liga MX record is kind of 6-5. Ilie Sanchez scores his penalty for Austin. That's sort of... That looks bad. Or wrong. Like, now you have 2 Leagues Cup games. How are they doing in Leagues Cup? Either way, Portland definitely looks like the better team so far. No surprise. I mean, Tijuana gave a crappy 11 and basically gave Portland, well, at least it looks like a little bit. Did America miss a penalty? Someone just miss. And Christian Borja missed. Of course he did. He sucks now, doesn't he? Austin wins 6-5 on penalties. Christian Borjas missed. Loco, the coach, isn't the biggest fan of this league. Honestly. You talk about Leagues Cup or Liga MX? You talk about Tijuana's coach? Abreu? Like, is Loco Abreu? Well, I mean, you could tell, but they already had no wins. Like, what's the point about playing your best player that carries your ass when you haven't won either game, and this game doesn't matter at all? The Leagues Cup. He's using it as preseason and trying to figure things out. There you go. Well, there you go. There it is. 1-0 for Chicago over Cruz Azul. No matter what happens in that game, Portland is eliminated. No matter what happens here, Portland's eliminated. They can only reach 6 points. Chicago is now at 8. Or Austin's now at 8 points, which means they are... Where are they? Are they tied? Are they ahead of Columbus or behind Columbus? Columbus, oh my God. Austin's top of the table. Oh, wow. With a goal differential, Austin is top of the table. Columbus is second. Salt Lake is third. And Chicago, well, Chicago's going to be top of the table when their game is finished if they hold on to their win. Then Austin, then Columbus, then Salt Lake. LAFC is out, and Portland is out. Charlotte is out, and Portland is out. Chicago, if they draw, will still knock out LAFC, but we don't know that yet. And it's 1-1. Cruz Azul ties the game. Cruz Azul ties the game. Club America just lost on penalties, but you're still advancing. So, Leon, America, Toluca are the top 3. Cruz Azul has 7 points as we speak. Toluca will end up 4th. Monterrey will end up eliminated. Will Cruz Azul get the extra point to push America to 3rd if they end up going to a shootout? If Cruz Azul wins, they'll be top 2, and Leon will be 1st, then Cruz Azul. So either way, if Cruz Azul wins on penalties or wins outright, America ends up 3rd, Toluca ends up 4th, Monterrey eliminated, Juarez has been eliminated. They just mad because they don't got what it takes to make a good long-form vid. I saw a girl review all the holiday iced coffees at Disney. Might be some untapped inspiration for a YouTube video. People really still think short form is better than long form. Well, here's the bad thing about short form. A lot of people have attention deficit disorder nowadays, you know. People don't have a good attention span. That's the problem. I mean, my normal watch time is about 3-4 minutes. So, I mean, I can hold attention for longer than most people. Which, I guess that's positive, because what? Are people attention spans like 20 seconds? So that either means the first time I bore somebody, they're gone, or the fact that I have a average view time of like 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the video. I know some people who probably watch it longer probably, either way. But either way, I mean, that looks pretty good to me. Cruz Azul now jump in 2nd place. Cruz Azul are tied in their game. Can they win it outright? Cruz Azul, Chicago will not advance if they don't win outright. Marathon just scored against Antigua. Portland with a free kick. Shot over the bar. Ibanez scored for Cruz Azul. YouTube is still king. Yeah. Now, would it be, I know Steve Dangle has done this, but would it be smart for me to take my best moments of like my reviews of my streams and make them shorts after the games are over, like the morning after? I mean, it may. I know Steve Dangle's done it with his stuff that he's made, like when he does his Leafs game videos, he takes like the best moment of the video and makes it a short, like the morning after. Maybe that's an idea, but if I don't have to do shorts views to keep I think as long as you do one or the other, like Oh, to get paid in shorts, you have to get all that watch time through shorts. But either way. 0-0. I view short form as a funnel to my long term. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how Dangle did it, too. Halftime of Antigua Marathon. Marathon scores 1-0. They lead Antigua. 2-0 LA Firpo over Dillon going to the half. 2-0 to LA Firpo. And it's halftime. 2-0 to LA Firpo in the Central American Cup. 1-1 between Cruz Azul and Chicago. Austin wins on penalties. Necaxa won 2-1, and Santos win 2-1. 0-0 between Portland and Tijuana. Corner for Chicago. Tijuana cross header save. Trey Muse. Who does Club America play against in knockouts? If the table stands as is, Cruz Azul with 7 points. If they lose the shootout, they're behind America. If Cruz Azul loses the shootout, it would be Salt Lake. They would play Salt Lake. America versus Real Salt Lake. If Cruz Azul were to win the shootout or win outright, America would play Columbus. They would play Columbus. They will not end up fourth. Toluca is fourth. That means they play Austin. Leon will play LAFC. If Cruz Azul wins outright, they would still finish second. They'd have to win. They'd have to score 3 more goals just to finish ahead of Leon. So Leon would play. Leon's playing LAFC. If Chicago loses outright, if Chicago loses on penalties and Cruz Azul wins, well, if Cruz Azul wins outright, then Chicago or LAFC is still in. It would be Leon LAFC. If Cruz Azul goes to penalties, it'll be Leon versus Chicago. Because Chicago still has a better goal differential than LAFC. Even if they go to penalties and lose, it'll be Leon Chicago. If Chicago loses outright and Cruz Azul wins outright, it's going to be Leon versus LAFC. Shootout win for Cruz Azul. Either way. Leon plays the 4th seed. America either plays the 2 or 3 seed of the MLS, depending on where they finish. Toluca the same. Well, Toluca will at least play the 3rd seed, or the 2nd seed, or the 1st seed, depending on what Cruz Azul does. After this Cruz Azul game, I can pretty much confirm what happens. Throw in for Portland. Have you been to Portland? No, I have not. I'd like to go, though. Also, Forks, Washington. I've never been to Portland, though. I'd love to go to Portland. Always have wanted to go to Portland. And Forks, Washington as well. Like, if I went to Portland, I'd definitely try to get to Forks in that same little trip. Obviously. Because Forks is a real place. You know that, right? 17th minute. La push, baby. La push. 87th minute. 0-0, settle. No review tonight because the Portland game does not matter, but we'll finish it out. Yeah, Rory. Well, I'll say from there. But either way, Rory's from there, I'll say. Sermon plays it back. I mean, Portland looks like the better team so far. That I could say. But this is just for pride and to make Marty Cifuentes look good. I mean, Portland doesn't look any worse than they did under Jack Cassidy. I'll say that. They look like they're keeping the same momentum. Let's put it like that. It looks like Portland's keeping the same momentum as they had under Jack Cassidy. So far. 89th minute. '18th minute. Hope it's all well. I'm doing good. 1-1 at the end of this game is your prediction? I'm doing good. just going to enjoy this game and be done for the day. Because this game doesn't matter, so it doesn't need a review, even if it is entertaining. But do it for the anthem, Velde. Yes. I'm sure he will, though. Playing forward. Good run. In through. Kelsey. Kevin Kelsey off the foot. Still, he lost it. Cleared away. Tijuana. Going forward. Oh, my God, they scored. No, Gilberto Mora, and they actually scored. Ball crossed in. Headed away. Top of the box. Austin defeated America and PKs. Yep, that's why this game doesn't matter. In through and centered, and it's a tap-in. It's a tap-in. It's a tap-in for the Moroccan. Morad El Ghazouani. Dima Maghreb. Dima Maghreb. It's a goal for the Moroccan. Morad scores. Dima Maghreb. What a tap-in. Just jinxed it. 1-1. Well, there you go. Oh, no. I thought Portland looked good, but that was a bad defensive play. That was a bad defensive play. 19th minute. It's 1-0 to Tijuana. 0-1. Dima Maghreb. I mean, oh crap. I just deleted the banner. Morad El Ghazouani. Yes. Do I even need the banner at this point? The game doesn't even matter. Should I? Do I? It's 1-0 to Tijuana at this point. They're checking it. They're checking it on VAR. I'll update the banner. Who was offside? Oh, he was offside. He was off. Well, I don't know, actually. I think Eric Miller's playing him on. To be honest. I don't think that's off. I think that's on just barely. And this is why we need chips in the ball to track where the offside actually was. Should be a goal, and it is. Loco's happy, so it's a goal. Yep, it stands. It's 0-1. I thought it was, to be honest. 0-1 to Portland. Or 0-1 to Tijuana, I should say. NYCFC losing to Necaxa. LFC failing to beat Querétaro in regular time is laughable. I agree. But I mean, Portland's been the better team, but Tijuana had one against the run of play there, and the Moroccan El Ghazouani scores the goal. Dima Maghreb. Alan Vega with the assist. And we're going to penalty. Well, actually, we don't know yet. How much is the stoppage time in the Chicago game? I guess I got to keep this up for the other games in CONCACAF. 90 plus 2. Nil 1. There was a goal. Chicago leads 2-1. Chicago leads. It's back to 2-1. It's back to 2-1. So it's 4. So 4 goals for and 3 goals against. It's a +1 goal differential for Cruz Azul. Monterrey has 5 with a +1. 5 goals scored with a +1. Monterrey is going to advance. Oh my Lord. Monterrey is going to advance if Chicago can hold. Well, I mean, Portland sucks ass, or not Portland, Philly sucks ass, and New York didn't care. I think that's what happened. Chicago leads 2-1. Chicago may have just eliminated Cruz Azul from the League's Cup, and Monterrey will advance by the skin of their teeth. Wow. And Chicago have knocked out LAFC decisively with the win if it holds. Wow. LAFC decisively knocked out. LAFC had a penalty shootout. Sad to see a penalty shootout win from Austin, which they did not need, and had to see, or just they got to a penalty shootout. And Chicago win outright. Chicago has pushed LAFC out of it, and Monterrey will be ahead of Cruz Azul once the final whistle's blown. And the man who put him through was not Robert Lewandowski. It was Dithejane. Yep, Eric Miller was playing the Tijuana player on side. Yep, he did. Dithejane scored both goals to put through Chicago. Dithejane. Chicago's for real. And it's 5 minutes of stoppage time. So about 2 minutes from now, take that, Cruz Azul. So I guess when I wear a Chicago jersey in the knockouts, it's actually for Chicago. When I wear a Cubs jersey in the knockouts, when I cover Chicago's game, it's actually for Chicago. I guess so, then. Rare look. Cruz Azul choking as usual. Cruz Azulier! Cruz Azuliada! Cruz Azuliada! Cruz Azuliada! I thought that was just the league. So, should they have hired somebody else? Header away. Okay. Eric Lira. Yes. I know ball. La Cruz Azuliera. Still not the worst one I've ever seen. That's Pumas Cruz Azul, like what, on a Thanksgiving weekend? Felt like it. I mean, I know I was in the living room when they lost that game to Pumas. When they blew that to Pumas. Oh my God, that was a disaster. I was making the best of reel for, I think, the 2021 season. I think that's what it was. So it was 2021 playoffs. And Guardianes 2021 Apertura. And they couldn't lose by like 4-0, right? And they proceed to lose 4-0 and blow it to Pumas. And then Pumas had the seeding rule, and Pumas advanced. The New Day are all elite. Of course they are. And that means I think the game's over. Cruz Azul Chicago should be over as we speak. So, there you go. I'm guessing that's a final whistle there. Chicago wins it. Full time! Chicago has beaten Cruz Azul and knocked him out of the League's Cup. It's not updated yet. Full time, it's over. 2-1 to Chicago. So the things that needed to go Portland's way did not go Portland's way tonight, and they're losing to Tijuana. How we doing, HJU? 1-0 to Tijuana, 0-1. 2-0 to LA Firpo at the half against Dillon. 1-0 to Marathon versus Antigua at the half of the Central American Cup. Those games will be over before the Portland game's over, so we'll know all the scores today once the day's over. And we know the Final Four of each league as it stands. Now we know the Final Four of each league because the Portland game does not matter now. In the Liga MX, the top four is León in first place with 9 points. America, second with 7. Toluca, third with 6. Monterrey, fourth with 6 points. In MLS, Chicago, first place with 9 points. Who expected that? Austin, second place with 8 points. Who expected that? Columbus, 8 points in third place, plus 3 goal differential. Salt Lake, fourth place, 7 points. Your matchups. Leon, quarterfinal matchups. Leon versus Real Salt Lake. Club Leon contra Real Salt Lake. We have Club America versus Columbus Crew. Club America contra Columbus Crew. Austin FC contra Toluca FC. Austin FC versus Toluca FC. Chicago Fire FC contra CF Monterrey, who they've already played, by the way. They've already played them, haven't they? I think they have. Chicago Fire FC contra CF Monterrey, which this might be... No, it was Necaxa. Okay. No, it was Santos and Necaxa, so... No, they haven't. So, no rematches. No rematches, I think. No rematches. No. Well, at least so far. Well, I mean, Lewandowski... I mean, Chicago's been a good team, but I didn't think Lewandowski raised them enough to win 3 matches against Mexican teams. And besides, Lewandowski wasn't the reason why they beat Cruz Azul. It was a nobody that we've never heard of before. And I mean, yeah, they beat Santos and Necaxa. Big whoop. That's nothing. Well, I guess... No, Necaxa beat NYCFC, so, and Santos beat Philly, so I guess you have to be somewhat good enough to beat those 2 teams. You have to be somewhat useful. LAFC eliminated, yes. They have a worse goal differential than Salt Lake. They both have 7 points, but Salt Lake has a plus 7 goal differential. So there you go. So we know who's advanced. On both sides of the coin. Cruz Azul's also pretty good in Liga MX. Yeah. And I thought Wiki was a good manager, so I'm kind of surprised. Either way. Monterrey. Why are they not... There's no... Tijuana can't advance, so why is Monterrey not marked with an X? This is the last game. They are 4th place. Like, I don't know why they're not marked with an X. Whatever. They've clinched. Santos is decent. I call bullshit. But either way, Austin versus Monterrey, Chicago versus Club America, Columbus versus Toluca, Leon versus RSL, Leagues Cup quarterfinals. Those will be interesting for sure. So there you go. 1-0 to Tijuana. Portland, I mean, they've been playing well, but they definitely, yeah, they came out knowing this doesn't exactly matter, haven't they? To be honest, Patriots drew their preseason game 13-13 against the Colts. Now that these 2 teams are advancing, yep. Tijuana's on 0 points. Well, now they're on 3 as it stands, but they were on 0 coming in. And Portland were on 3, and they had to win. Header. Portland had to win and hope Austin and Chicago both lost outright, which that did not happen. Chicago won outright, and Austin went to a shootout. You might be right. This year might be the year where Mexico might win the Leagues Cup for the first time, well, in competitive terms. I mean, yeah, Leon won a Leagues Cup in 2021 when it wasn't competitive, and it was just a bullshit tournament that meant nothing. And didn't Cruz Azul win it when it was a bullshit tournament that meant nothing as well? Juarez got 6 points but got 0 goal differential. Cruz Azul got 1 goal differential. Chicago versus Toluca final. I mean, that'd be interesting to see. I think Toluca whips Chicago's ass. If it's in Chicago, I'm sure it will be. LAFC out. Liga MX looks most likely to win it. And Miami. Cruz Azul won CONCACAF Champions Cup. Yeah, it did. They did. Last year. They've done it multiple times, but they did it last year. I mean, Chicago are good, but they ain't going to beat 3. Well, I guarantee you we're going to have more than one Mexico team. I know. Those finals were friendlies, or those Leagues Cup were friendly. That's why I said not in competitive competition. But the 2019 Leagues Cup was won by Cruz Azul. The 2021 Leagues Cup, as a friendly tournament, was won by Leon. So technically, red card, game over. Bless you, thank you. Playing forward, Portland. DaCosta. Shot! Blocked away. Header. Brought down and cleared. Who got the red? Or are you just saying? I don't know. Either way, playing forward. I mean, yeah, technically, yeah, that's what I said. They weren't competitive. They were friendly tournaments. El Nini said, hey, Ryan, my Cruz Azul's eliminated. We know. We were paying attention. Y'all lost late to Chicago. 2-1. Then Monterrey's advanced. Hugo Kuipers has actually been playing well for Monterrey, but oh! Free kick for Portland. Do you make sport bets? Rarely, but yes. Liga MX usually dominate MLS teams. Well, in America, no. Playing in USA and Canada, not exactly. As you could tell with Cruz Azul. But when they play in Mexico, yes, they do. Free kick for Portland, and it's getting a bit chippy. But when they play in Mexico, yes, they do. It's very rare to win in Mexico. They just don't take this cup seriously. Yeah, but I mean, look at MLS. Look at results in MLS. Or in an MLS stadium during Champions Cup. It still leans towards draws or MLS wins. Even though MLS is just starting their season. So, especially recently, as the gap's been closing, so to speak. But when you play in Mexico, it's very hard to win or draw in Mexico. To the point you still advance. Ball crossed in. Header. Even if you win 3 or 4-1 at home, home advantage works both ways. Well, I'd say home advantage means more in Mexico than MLS. What you think about Club Leon? I mean, from what I've seen, I thought they had a lot of fight. I thought what they have been, the current core that they have, I mean, watching that Miami game yesterday, I thought they have a lot of fight. And I love the way they play. They never think they're out of it. I love their mentality. And that's why they finished top of the table in Liga MX for this Leagues Cup. They have a very good mentality. They can win. Are they as good as their golden generation of the Bicampeonato and the Champions Cup win? No, but they're always there. They seem to now be building into a club that's always there, that is always competitive. And that was my worry for them. My worry for Leon was that when this golden generation ended, like the Montez, Mena era ended, that they would suck again. Like they would be nothing. That has not happened. That has not happened. They're finding ways to be competitive. And are they as good as they've been? Like, are they as good as they were 3 years ago? I think maybe they're getting there. But I think they're getting there. But the first thing to do is what they did against Miami. Never give up. Fight hard. Fight to win for every moment. Never count yourself out. Never act like it's over. Because they were playing Miami. They get ahead, you could be like, you know what? And they got 9 points. They finished with 3 wins in Leagues Cup. So it shows that they're fighters. It shows that they're damn good. And it shows that they believe in themselves. And it shows that they believe in the project as is. So overall, I mean, I can't be too harsh on them. They need to sell the team. Pachuca takes all their players. Well, that didn't. They've started to, I'll say that much. But, I mean, they did take Angel Mena when Angel Mena was washed. But I won't say. Playing forward, Tijuana. Portland tied it up. Cleared away. I'm a little bit behind. How am I behind? Either way. 39th minute. Portland playing forward. Portland plays it in through. Cross. Kevin Kelsey ties it. Ball crossed right to his feet. And he slots it home. 1-1. Kevin Kelsey for Portland. Can Portland win? 1-1. 1-1. Rangers bound. Hey. And that's why. Hey, they need more than $10 million. They need more than $10 million. Honestly, I don't want to see Kevin Kelsey go to Rangers. I would hate that. I like the guy. And I hate Rangers. I don't want to boo Kevin Kelsey. Up the rock. Up the rock. Up the hoops. Mon the hoops. Come on, Celtic. I don't want to see him go to a team I don't like. Up the Celtic. Mon the hoops. Come on, Celtic. Kevin Kelsey scores. Chucky Arlaw. 40th minute. 40 with the assist. 1-1. Uno. Oh. We do not want him to go to Rangers. I mean, I'm glad they offered him multiple millions. 10 million. But I say more. 1-1. How about send him to Hearts? Let's see what Club Leon did in Leagues Cup. 1-0 win over Nashville. 2-1 over Orlando. Yellow card. And a 3-2 win over Miami. So, as many goals as they need to win, they score. They beat Pachuca 1-0. By the way, the last Liga MX game, Leon beat Pachuca 1-0. And, hey, their goal was before the red card. Speaking of Pachuca taking their players, they lost to Jolos. Let me guess. Gilberto Mora scored a penalty. Yes. I figured Chicago could beat Cruz Azul. Well, I mean, I didn't. I didn't know Lewandowski was enough for them to beat Cruz Azul. I mean, I'm not saying Chicago's a good team. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is I didn't think Lewandowski was enough for them to become a challenging team against big Mexican teams. And he didn't even score. Tonight. It was some random dude we never heard of. Cambindo and Cortizo scored against Atlas. Atlas had Duke from Cape Verde. You're telling me there was a Cape Verdean player on Atlas and he didn't get called up to the World Cup? Oh, he played in La Liga 2 and then went to Liga MX. Leganes to Atlas. You're telling me a guy, he only scored 4 goals in a year for Leganes. Oh, over a year, about 10 months. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. But still, you don't think... Either way. Okay. I didn't realize that. Gonzalez and Aldo Rocha for Atlas in that first game against Leon. I mean, other than that, Leon's been pretty damn good. Let's see. As Leon's won, that's 5... Well, they started 0-2. They started 0-2, or Leon started 0-2, but they've won 4 straight. Monterey got saved in the last minute by Hugo Kuipers, yeah. Former Chicago player. Oh, that's just, oh, Lord. That's got to be painful. Chicago doubly eliminated Cruz Azul, technically, if you think about it. Monterrey getting that last-minute win through Hugo Kuipers gave them enough of a goal differential to knock out Cruz Azul if Cruz Azul lost outright. And then Chicago knocked out and beat Cruz Azul. Wow. Ooh. Hugo Kuipers, former Chicago player, now at Monterrey, wins it for Monterrey. So that's one way Chicago knocked out Cruz Azul. Then Chicago beat Cruz Azul. Ain't that something? That's crazy. And wouldn't you know it, Chicago and Monterrey play in the quarterfinals. Wouldn't you know it, Chicago and Monterrey play in the quarterfinals. Hugo Kuipers is going to face his former team. What do you know? How crazy is that? CONCACAF Central American Cup, 3-0 LA Firpo and 2-0 Marathon. I love the instructions Marty is giving. Honestly, though, I gotta say, tactics-wise, I don't see much of a drop-off from Jack Cassidy. Marty Cifuentes is a good coach, don't get me wrong. But I think Portland's, they look just as good as they did under Jack Cassidy. I mean, I know they're tied, but they look, the way they're playing, they look pretty good to me. Bassett. So I think if they could keep this level at the very least, 45 plus 3, if they could keep this level at the very least, I think they're going to be just fine. Definitely probably a playoff team under Marty Cifuentes. Definitely a playoff team. Question is, either way, 52nd or 62nd minute for Firpo. They scored in the 52nd, 3-0 to LA Firpo over Dillon. Marathon 2-0 over Antigua, and that was the 57th. Yairo Moreno. Why is that name? Yairo Moreno. Why does that name sound familiar? Oh my Lord. Speaking of Club Leon, he used to play for Club Leon. Yairo Moreno, former Club Leon player, now plays for Marathon in Honduras. God, he's fallen off a cliff. And, well, he was also loaned to Pachuca for a year. Oh, former Pachuca player as well. He was loaned to Pachuca for a year. Man fell off a cliff. He's playing for Marathon now. And he went there this June. Huh. Well, I mean, he's 31. 31 and playing in Honduras. Huh? I knew that name sounded familiar. He used to play for Leon in their golden generation. And Pachuca for a year. Well, I guess you're right. Loaned into Pachuca. What a damn small world. Jesus Lord. Yairo Moreno plays for Marathon. Or I didn't realize he was the Leon guy, I should say. No, he started against Herediano. I just didn't realize that was... I just thought that was a different Yairo Moreno. I didn't realize that was the Leon guy. Huh. 48th minute. Should be halftime. It is 1-1 at the half of the Portland-Tijuana game. We'll see how the second half goes. 1-1, uno medio tiempo. We'll see. Of course, we will. No review tonight because this game does not matter. It is 1-1, uno medio tiempo. We already have our top 8, or top 4 per. What's Pozuelo doing in the UAE second division? Oh, I knew about that. God only knows. I have no idea. I mean, the dude went to Saudi after he went to Turkey. I mean, I think he should be at a bigger league, but bro's playing for Palm City. I thought he could at least go back to MLS. He played in Turkey for 6 months, and then he went to a Saudi team. Al-Faya, I think it was called. And then he went to Palm City. I'm like, this man must love the Arab Peninsula. With that being said, we'll take a short break, talk about the stats. Got this one going, 1-1, uno medio tiempo. We're back for the stats of the half. 66% possession to 34% possession, 8 shots to 2, 3 shots on goal to 2. We got 288 accurate passes, 93% to 130, 80%. 2 yellows to 1, 2 corners to 0, 310 pass to 163, 93% pass accuracy to 80% pass accuracy. We got 70% accurate crosses to 33. Oh, that's 2 to 1. 7 throws to 5, 1 offside to 0, 8 throws, 8 shots to 2, 3 shots on goal to 2. We have 2 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 7 fouls to 10, 1-1 at the half, uno miro tiempo. I think Portland's look like the better team overall. They definitely look as good as they've looked the whole tournament, I would say. They definitely look, or have, as they've had since Jack Cassidy came through as the interim coach. No complaints overall. They're playing solidly. They got a goal. They tied the game. They did give one up against the run of play. But overall, I mean, I think Tijuana's been very good defensively. They definitely have made this very chippy overall. But I think Portland's been the better team, and they've had very good chances. But in the end, this is more of a preseason type atmosphere now. And can they impress Marty Cifuentes? But I think deep down, he's going to be very proud. I think he's going to be very proud of what he saw his team do. He saw his team do as a group. They've been pretty good defensively against Tijuana. I mean, Tijuana's had their moments against the run of play, but Portland's dealt with most of them. But now we know what our bracket looks like in this tournament, so this game does not matter, and the last 45 minutes of it does not matter. And no review tonight because it doesn't matter. So we'll finish this game, and I'll be back on Saturday for the TFC match. No review tonight. But overall, I mean, if anything, as long as Portland is happy with what they saw, which, I mean, I think they would be. I mean, yeah, there's things to work on, but it's better to have a moment like this for them to look at least as good as they have and then build on it. But either way, I mean, the fact that they look overall the way they've played, I think the fact they look about as good as they did under Yankees shutout today, 1-0. Well, at least they won. Seattle Mariners win. Well, good for them. Well, we'll see how the rest of this game goes. It's 3-0 for Marathon over Antigua in the 77th minute of the Central American Cup. Firpo is up a man. LA Firpo is up a man. Dillon Hen got a red card in the 67th minute, and somehow they've not allowed a goal for the past 10 minutes. Missed betting on the World Cup, predicting Leagues Cup is a disaster. This Leagues Cup has actually been pretty chaotic, honestly. Even with the fact that teams from Mexico playing in America probably bends more towards the MLS team. Miami being as bad as they have, I mean, I kind of understand the match against Monterrey. I kind of understand that. Hold on. I kind of understand that, considering Messi wasn't even playing. And that was Club Leon. That was their... No, that wasn't the game we covered. Yeah, Monterrey. I mean, that makes sense, considering Messi was gone for, of course, his father passed away. He was there for his family in Argentina. And that Miami team sucks without Messi, let's be real. But Messi didn't even do anything against Leon, to be honest. Like, Miami's underperformance is the thing that wowed me the most. But, I mean, yeah, this tournament's been pretty chaotic. Chicago being as good as they've been, and Leon, for that matter, shocking to me. This tournament's been very chaotic. I mean, the World Cup was as well, but at least, you know, you don't know what to expect at the World Cup. In the Leagues Cup, you're like, well, the best teams in MLS have a way bigger advantage considering they're playing in America. But then you throw in the curveball of some games are in Mexico, which I think is fair. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad there are games in Mexico. There wasn't enough. There was not enough games in Mexico, but I'm glad there were teams who were able to play games in Mexico. I'm glad. That's fair. I believe that's the way it should be. There should be some games played in Mexico for the best teams in Mexico, especially when they're playing a lower level team from MLS. Or you could be like Henry, getting paid with Leagues Cup bets. So, either way. Second half about to start. Here we go. And then we'll have no review tonight. We'll be done after it's over. So, we'll see how this goes. Portland Timbers at the... Well, at least they're having fun. Second half, here we go. Either way. So, here we go. Well, second half, here we go. EFL Championship starts tomorrow. Speaking of, Marty Cifuentes used to coach in the EFL Championship. I don't know why I bring that up, but Leicester City, which didn't exactly go so well. QPR, which didn't exactly go so well. Well. They credit all of Jack Cassidy's games to him. Either way, 45th minute. Well, there you go. Fop mob. He got thrown under the bus at Leicester. I mean, I agree. I mean, it's not exactly his fault they got relegated, but he certainly got thrown under the bus. Ball crossed in. I think they would have stayed up. Honestly, if they didn't fire him, I think they would have stayed up. I don't know about how much, but I feel like them firing him was the problem. Is Javier Aguirre retired? I mean, right now, yeah, it looks like it. Maybe he goes and takes a regular club job at some point. I think he's retired, to be honest. I think he's retired. But who knows? Maybe he'll take a club job after resting for a while. But, I mean, he did hand the frickin' job, as he said he would, to Rafa Marquez. So, I guess he really did want to retire. Oh, that's just sad. Fox 5 DC says dog food sold in 11 states has been recalled because it's been contaminated with salmonella. Cruz Azul eventually had to do a Cruz Azulieta. QPR was a lot more successful. His stop in Sweden was great. Then he got him European football at Hammarby. Same thing happened to Wilfred Nancy at Celtic. Which MLS stadium is the best food? I mean, I normally only buy the nachos at any sports stadium and dibs, the ice cream things. I normally don't eat much stadium food, to be honest. I'll eat nachos every time I go to a stadium of any sport. Baseball, football, hockey, American football. I get nachos. But Rafa was good at Barcelona's B team. I agree. So, I mean, I can't really say, to be honest. Like, I mean, I ate nachos at Columbus, I ate nachos at Kansas City, and I ate nachos at Nashville. I can't really say. You know, I mean, I don't do the crazy stuff, you know. The only reason I know the Cardinals have a good, like, baseball team, have a good hospitality is because they have a buffet in their Cardinal club in the green seats where you can go out to watch the game. And that's the Cardinals, not St. Louis City. I know the Cardinals have a great buffet in the Cardinal club, but other than that, I just buy the freaking nachos and dibs, and that's it. I don't care about hot dogs, or I don't care about freaking pretzels, or I just want my nachos and my dibs. That's it. And if I am in hospitality and I get a meal from a buffet or something, then I'll judge that. Which, again, also the St. Louis Blues at the Scott Trade Center, their hospitality is pretty good as well. Their hospitality buffet was pretty good as well. From, like, their box. Would you eat a tuna sandwich at a game? Hell no. Hell no. The only tuna salad I would eat is my family's recipe. It's like potato salad. I ain't eating anybody else's tuna salad, tuna sandwiches at all. Just like potato salad, I'm not. If it ain't my family's recipe, I ain't touching it with a 10-foot pole. If you don't like tuna salad or tuna sandwiches, because you really just put the tuna salad on the sandwich. If you don't, at least try my family's recipe. I haven't been to California, so I can't tell you. I hear Sky Dome is good food. Especially since the renovations. I hear TFC's is overpriced, but their food's okay. I hear if you're going to get food at the stadium, you might as well just eat somewhere. I've also heard if you don't want the expensive stuff, just eat at a bar, and then during the CNE, eat at the CNE or Caravana, or eat at Caravana during Caravana. I've also heard that. I mean, they're not saying the food's bad, but they're saying it's very expensive. That's also part of the problem. Either way. So I've heard. Either way. I like mayonnaise. My dad doesn't, but I like mayonnaise. Not Miracle Whip. No, that shit's weird. Kraft mayo. I haven't had Duke's mayo. I don't know if I want to. Either way. Just Kraft mayo. All you gotta do. But I don't like Miracle Whip. That shit's weird. St. Louis City has a buttload of independent restaurants at Energizer Park. I don't eat stadium food. I've heard a lot about St. Louis City's food stands at their stadium at City Park. I've heard a lot about it. They talk about it a lot. even on KMOV. They talk a lot about what's there and such. And it feels more like food trucks are coming in there to either setting up a stand or it feels a lot more, it does feel a lot more real, I have to say. It feels a lot more like a food truck is setting up a stand in the stadium to sell food instead of it being like a food, like stadium food, you know? It feels more like I like what I'm seeing from City Park. I do. Like, it seems like they're actually setting up food stands from food trucks and restaurants, actually making real food in the stadium. And it's not just Sodexo stadium food, Aramark stadium food BS. At least it doesn't seem like that's the case, but which is better than Scottrade and Bush, but you know. Mayo on burgers is top tier, just grill during the tailgate and call it a day. Or you could do a tailgate, yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I've seen some MLS fans do tailgates. Baseball, not really, and hockey, not really. But I've seen some MLS fan bases do tailgates. I've seen that. I like that, though. I think it's cool. I've always said, you want MLS to gain a character of their own? I believe that MLS should copy college football. Like, you want to gain a fan vibe, that should be a penalty. What are you doing? Players down, Valde's down. Like, I think that MLS, you want them to have like an environment that doesn't get made fun of by Euro snobs. I think fans should act like it's college football. You see how Atlanta's acting? You see how Atlanta fans are? That's why I'm saying. Like, they act like a college football fan base. I mean, it is Atlanta, so, you know. Like, act like it's a college football Saturday. Valde goes down. He gets slapped in the face and he slides, and the other guy goes down to cover his ass. That's got to be a penalty. Off the ball as well. That's got to be a penalty, or at least a free kick. But, like, I believe it should be like MLS fan bases should be like SEC football fan bases. And I think even the Euro snobs will respect it, to be honest. Either way. 4-0 LA Firpo. Antigua 3-0 behind Marathon. Marathon leads 3-0. LA Firpo leads 4-0. VAR being checked. So either way. '55th minute, 1-1. Goal kick, no foul. Or he just gave the referee the ball. Drop ball. Fernandez coming on for Omir Fernandez coming on for Portland for Bassett. I'm going to say Texas. I think Texas is the better football, Association football state. Anthony coming on for Portland. I'm going to say Texas. I think Texas has the better academy products. I'm going to say Texas, actually, in my opinion. I'm going to go Texas. I think Texas is better. Valde is off. Yeah, he's kind of struggled tonight, I'm not going to lie. Valde is off, and he's not happy either. We got a game on Sunday at Chicago. It makes sense. Fair enough. And this game doesn't matter anymore, and you knew that pretty much going in. So, honestly, I understand it, frankly. It is what it is. Playing forward. I just hope somebody wins outright. I don't want this to go to penalties. 57th minute. I mean, I agree. It totally makes sense. It totally makes sense to me, yeah. I mean, this game, you pretty much knew going in it wouldn't matter. But, by the time you walked out, full-time hit on the Austin game. So you didn't exactly know. Maybe there was some that went your way in the end there. But after halftime, you knew this wasn't, this meant nothing. If not before. I'm sure Cifuentes got told probably as soon as Austin won or got to penalties that it didn't matter. But I think there was, by the time y'all were out, you couldn't make any changes. You had to run through the first half of what you had. So, understandably so. Over the top, you make some early change moves, swabs. 58th minute, it makes sense. Playing forward, back to the goalie. Have we got full time in the 2 CONCACAF Central American games? Let's see. Then I don't have to leave SofaScore open for God knows how much longer. 59th minute. Playing forward. Oh, good spin. Antigua Marathon. Near 5 minutes. Playing forward. Kelsey. Kevin Kelsey plays it on to Lassiter. Lassiter. And it's full time. Marathon wins 3-0 over Antigua GFC. And it is 4-0 win for LA Firpo over Dillon. So those games are over with. This is the last game left. 59th minute. Adonis on. Elias Manuel and Gonzalez coming on for Tijuana. Elias Manuel, former Red Bull, coming on for Tijuana. Preciado Gonzalez and Manuel for Boya Gonzalez and Gezawani. Donis Preciado and Elias Manuel. Elias Manuel. Interesting. '60th minute. Sean, where are you? We got 2 former Red Bulls on the pitch. Yeah. Well, it is midnight over there, and it is August. I don't know. Maybe he's sleeping. It's possible. 61st minute. And even if he's not back in school yet, I know when I was in school, I had to get back to my regular sleeping schedule like a week or so, week and a half, week or 2 weeks or a week before I went back to school. So, either way. Especially during the week. So, either way, it is midnight over where in his part of the world. So. '62nd minute. Here we go. Headed or cleared away by Tijuana. That's a corner. Franz. Zilly boys. Zilly boys. Franz Herman. Corner for Portland. Just behind Kelsey. Yeah. Cross in. Headed away. Goal. Playing forward. Why? Plays through. Header. Rebound. Shot. Tapped in. Goal. Goal for Portland. Anthony scores. 2-1. 2-1. Now hold the hell on and get this over with. 64th minute. No review tonight, as I said. 2-1, 2-1, Anthony. Hey. Anthony scores the tap in. They're all onside. Boom. Taps it in. There you go. Finally. There you go. There you go. 64th minute. Two to 1, 2-1. 26 minutes left of this game. Now don't blow it. Anthony scores. Out for a goal kick. 65th minute. And Vincent Janssen is coming on. And Ortiz. DaCosta is off for João Ortiz. And Vincent Janssen is on for Kevin Kelsey. This game doesn't even matter. Does it matter? No. I thought it was on. But either way. 2-1. Vincent Janssen and João Ortiz are on. What league would you consider doing watch-alongs for that you haven't done before? I mean, I've done a couple of Premier League watch-alongs, so I can't say I never have. There are times where the games, I feel like I either need more content in January or the game's so big that I've done the watch-along in the Prem or even that Premier League Summer Series. But I rarely do. I mean, I've done CPL watch-alongs. I've done some Forge games in the CPL before the playoffs, like regular season CPL games. I've done some USL Championship games. I've done a couple of MLS Next Pro TFC2 games. Would I like to do more TFC2 games? Maybe. But the way the schedule is, it's kind of hard to do. And even if there's an opening that I could do it, then there's something else going on. Maybe the CFU Club Shield at some point. Maybe throw those in there. I mean, I've never done the CFU Club Shield, and I've heard those games are shown on CFU's YouTube page. So now that I know that, maybe I'll do those games next year. I mean, they do lead the Caribbean Cup, so there's that. I've always said if Canada's women's team makes a final of a big tournament, I'll do that game live. Like if it's a W Gold Cup or the CONCACAF W Championship or the Olympics or the World Cup, I'll do that game live. I mean, I already have enough games on the schedule on the men's side of the game that it's hard for me. Anthony rounds the keeper. He can't slot it home, though, from the open spot that he had it in. Omir Fernandez brings it down. Rebound blocked. Corner. So, I mean, I could do more Canada women's games, especially the big finals. I mean, I did basically do unannounced doubles for when the W Gold Cup was going on at times. When that was happening. I think I've done I did some unannounced Women's World Cup doubles as well back in 23 while I was live because of the time zones, especially like the 10 o'clock games and all that. But either way, I mean, what haven't I done? I expect every Canada game to be done here. On the men's side, yes, it is. Too bad it's too late. Is that mile high? Do a Saudi game. Well, you want me to do a Quinones game? Hey, maybe when Quinones plays Cristiano. I mean, is that a handball, though? Mile high. Like, is that mile high? He scored earlier. '69th minute. Word life. Word life. I respect it. I respect it. 70th minute. I mean, I don't know exactly what I would have. Word live. This is basic thugonomics. Card red penalty. 70th minute. '71st minute. Does anyone know when the Leagues Cup knockout games are? Quarterfinals are August. Come on. 25th to 27th. Semifinals are September 1st and 2nd. Third place in finals on September 6th. The wave is out. I mean, there's a reason why I'm a Cena fan, and it was Thugonomics Cena. I mean, I still stayed a fan of him the whole time, but he was always my guy, but come on. Thugonomics was the best. Like, that was the best. And ironically enough, John Cena's album is a banger. Like, no skips. No skips. He legitimately had an amazing album. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Amazing album. Okay, I do. Bone Thugs, I love them. Amazing, amazing group. I love Bone Thugs. Love them. Love them, so go ahead. I tried. Crossroads. Yeah. I respect that one. Hey, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Cleveland. Playing for it. '74th minute. Taking it. Was that low-key recommendation? Yeah. I mean, both for Bone Thugs as a group and the Cena album, yeah, they both were. They both were. Yeah. They both were. 74th minute. I'd say they both were. Either way. Cleared away. Offside, there'll be a goal kick. 74th minute. Look. '74th minute. Yeah. But I ain't complaining about that. 75th minute. Wait. Ish. How we doing, Mile High? Wait, is there another dude with a Broncos thumb or profile picture? Are you two different people? I'm seeing double. 4 Crusties. I'm seeing double. 4 Crusties. Oh no. I'm seeing double. 4 Crusties. 75th minute. Lol. Two 1. 2-1. '75th minute. Gilberto Mora not playing at all. Not even on the bench. Playing forward. Portland cross. Goal! Goal! Ariel Aceted. 3-1. Slots it home. That's probably going to be enough, I would assume. 3-1, 3-1. Ariel Aceted. 3-1. That'll be enough. Lassiter scores a tap in. Ooh. Good cross by Anthony, writes Lassiter. I mean, hey, at least you can be happy with the way that Portland's playing. 77th minute. 3-1, 3-1. Hey, at least if you're a Portland fan, you can be happy about how they're playing. Wow. I was watching the game. What a play. What a play. 77th minute. '78th minute. America out. No, they advanced. No, they advanced, though. Cruz Azul's out. '79th minute. New Zealand pulled support for Infantino. Base New Zealand. We love it. Base New Zealand. Which quarterfinal excites you all the most? Monterrey versus Fire for me. Honestly, I think I agree. I think I agree, to be honest. I think I agree. I think I agree with Chicago and Monterrey as the most interesting quarterfinal. I think I agree with that, to be honest. I think I agree. There it is. Okay. Leon RSL, I mean, it'll be interesting, but I'm not that high. Toluca's going to beat Austin at some point. America versus Columbus, if this was 3 years ago, I'd be a lot more high. Yeah, I think it's Chicago versus Monterrey for me. I think Monterrey, they can fail. They could beat Pecho Frios, and Chicago was punched above their weight, and I think they might actually be good. A little bit better than I thought they were with Lewandowski. If not, maybe a lot better than I thought they were. Yeah, no, I agree. I think I'm most hyped for Chicago Monterrey, especially if it's in Chicago. I think then I'm the most hyped for America versus Columbus, but there's still a little bit of a gulf there. America versus Columbus, yeah. Jorah is on for Forey. Then I think I'm hyped for Toluca. Actually, no. I think I'm more hyped for Leon versus Salt Lake because I think that's a 50-50 game, and I think Leon's looked really good, and I think Salt Lake, I don't exactly know how that's going to go. I'm actually interested because at least I don't know how that game's going to go, and I'm sure it's going to be a good one. Austin's going to get their shit rocked by Toluca. I don't care. I think Austin of the 4 teams are more fraudulent than any of the quarterfinalists. They got a pretty easy run and then somehow took America to penalties and then beat them on penalties. Boy. So, either way. I think America should be. I mean, the way America's played, I mean, Columbus is solid, and I like what Laurent Courtois is doing with Columbus, but I still think America beats Columbus, yeah. It's going to be tight, especially if it's in Columbus. But it looks like, yeah. like with America being the home team, are they the home team playing in Columbus, or are they the home team playing at a Texas stadium, or are they a home team playing in Mexico? Because that kind of changes the thought process. If they're still playing in Columbus, I think it's as close as it's going to get. I think we might go to penalties in that case. I still don't see Columbus winning outright, or maybe stealing one, but definitely not dominantly. If they're playing a home game, if America's playing in Texas as the home side, I still think it's going to be close, but America probably wins by 1 or 2. Depends on how dominant they are. If they're playing at Estadio Azteca, I think Columbus is getting curb stomped, to be honest. And no, I'll never call it Banorte, by the way. Never. It's always Azteca to me. Always. It always will be the Azteca. I think most people are that way, to be honest. 83rd minute. '64th minute. Oh no! Muse comes out, cleared away. Empty net, but it's cleared. Finn Sermon covers the empty net. And he let the ball hit his leg and bounce off him. Hey, 93. That's what you do with defending an empty net in a big game. You block the object. Whether it's a puck or a ball, you block the object, 93. You can't let the ball go in the net or the puck. The object cannot go into the net. Block it. Sermon did the right thing. 93 did not. Blocked away. 84th minute. Illinois is 29 tornadoes away from breaking the all-time record number of tornadoes in any state in any year. Texas has the lead at 232. Jesus Christ. We had rough storms this year around Chicago. Yep. But honestly, when it comes to tornadoes, I know Chicagoland just had an EF1 yesterday. But when it comes to the tornadoes, it's normally Kankakee to like Springfield. I mean, even Southern Illinois hasn't really been hammered as bad as like the middle northern Illinois. Ortiz blocked away. Corner for Portland. Kankakee. Of course. They got a bad one. Kankakee. But, there's been a lot of tornado warnings for Madison County and like Alton and Edwardsville, but it hasn't been like, I don't think any of them have touched down. I mean, I knew there was a tornado in Trenton, but either way, that was really good from Jensen. Is Tornado Alley shifting? Yes, it is, and Illinois is in it, and Southern Ontario. I mean, Tornado Alley, I would still say there's a lot of tornadoes in Oklahoma and Kansas and Nebraska, but it's definitely it's growing. So I mean, part of it is shifting east. And Illinois is definitely in that, and even some of Indiana and Ohio, and even Southern Ontario. And it happened last year too. I mean, Illinois got a lot last year too. Well, the last 3 years. So even under a neutral and La Nina pattern, it's still happening. So it's not just an El Nino thing. And, I mean, most of the spring was neutral getting towards El Nino. Now it's just getting worse. But either way. Oh, that's just... Oh, come on. I feel insulted. I feel insulted. I don't want to be matched up with Ben Shapiro. I feel insulted. '88th minute. Give me like Tucker Carlson or something. Jeez. Or... Honestly, whatever. Lamau, no. I just know I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Ben. That's all. Or really any of the Daily Wire, for that matter. And a Candace mashup would just be weird. That would just be, I don't know. Tucker was the first name that came to my head. Tucker was the first name that came to my head, that's all. Or hell, Joe Rogan, that's better. Or hell, Joe Rogan's better. At least that's a better mashup. 89th minute. Played over the top. Header. Cleared away. To be honest, I don't think I ever really liked the Daily Wire, to be honest. I don't think I ever did. Either way. 3 minutes of stoppage time. 3-1 for Portland. Either way. $91.30. They're playing the FA Community Shield in Wales? What happened? Like, what happened to Wembley? Oh, concert. Okay. They say concert. 92-30. '93rd minute. You ready for football season? Yeah. Yeah, I am. Again. 5% severe weather probabilistic outlook on day 3, Saturday, Sunday in Illinois. Again. 93rd minute. Shot wide. Goal kick, and that should be the game. That was already soccer association football season to me because MLS is going on. Try to pronounce any sign in Wales. I've been there and done that. No success. I'm not going to try. Full time. I'm not going to try. I don't know Welsh. 3-1 full time. 3-1 esta noche. Portland wins, but it doesn't matter. But they impressed Marty Cifuentes. So I guess that's what truly matters. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Once you subscribe, hit that high button to put stuff in the algorithm. Hit that join button to become a member. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. We're done for the night. No review tonight. We're off Friday. Tomorrow, we're off. Saturday, we'll be live for TFC versus New England. Live and review for Toronto versus New England. Sunday, we'll be live for Chivas, Santos Chivas, and we'll review Santos Chivas on Sunday. So that's what we got this weekend. TFC Saturday, Domingo Futbolero, Santos Chivas Sunday. Friday off. I'll see you Saturday. Of course, the 2 streams for the weekend will come up sometime tomorrow night. And there you go. I'm running. I'm out. Peace. See ya.